Def Comedy Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Katt Williams gonna show up?
Nervous as hell right now.
Satan and all shady are my enemy. I don't run from the fight. I'm not scared of consequences, because if you're scared of consequences, then that means that breeds fear, and fear means you gonna stop. And we can't ever afford to stop.
Check this, man. All that East Coast, West Coast stuff is a bunch of media hype. It's been my dog from day one.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024.
So Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a relationship with Diddy.
In Hollywood, secrets are like money and whispers hold real power. For years, people doubted the shocking stories about manipulation and control among the elite. But now the silence is breaking. The biggest names, the ones you think you know, are caught in a hidden web of deals, paid for with more than just talent. Tonight, Katt Williams pulls back the velvet curtain to reveal the truth behind the rumors. He isn't asking for belief. He's showing proof. The lies of the industry are finally being exposed. You know that feeling when someone says out loud what you've been thinking all along? That's exactly what happened when Katt Williams walked into the Def Comedy reunion. The room was thick with nervous energy, everyone glancing at each other, even Dave Chappelle admitting he was nervous as hell. Why? Because they all knew Katt wasn't there just to tell jokes. He was there to tell the truth.
There were other people who had publicly alleged that this is what was going on in Hollywood, Katt Williams being one of them. Take a listen to what he said to Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, and this is before the producer had dropped his lawsuit. Take a listen.
I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. And I should make it clear that in this lawsuit, the reason why Universal Music Group is being sued by Lil Rod is because he alleges that it's them that is sitting at the top of this ring. So essentially, Diddy is working for somebody else, and that person that he named in his lawsuit was Lucien Grange. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a homosexual relationship with Diddy. So he is the person that controls Diddy, that Lucien Grange was aware of these parties, that Universal Music Group was aware of these parties, essentially that Diddy is the thug and the gangster working on behalf of Lucien Grange. That is the takeaway that you get when you read this lawsuit. So how odd that rather than the media being unbelievably interested, as I was, completely seized by this lawsuit, as I was, rather than them asking questions about Fahim, asking questions about Lucien Grange, who's got a very interesting past, changed his name. I don't tend to trust men that change their last names, least of all 3 times, as his family has done. Rather than any of that, they started attacking me for reading the lawsuit.
This is the moment when everything makes sense. Candace Owens doesn't just back up Katt's credibility. She confirms what many suspected but couldn't prove. Katt had already revealed Diddy's connection to Lucien Grange long before the Lil Rod lawsuit came out. Think about that. While most people dismissed him as crazy, he was actually uncovering information that later turned into federal evidence. He wasn't making wild predictions. He was presenting documented facts from his own investigation.
In 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information.
For 30 years, 3 full decades, he's been quietly collecting evidence while the world brushed him off as just controversial. Every outburst, every rant, every shocking statement wasn't random. It was a calculated release of information from the most detailed Hollywood intelligence operation ever carried out by an insider.
Tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
This isn't boasting, it's a warning. Katt is signaling to the industry that he holds information capable of ending careers, and everyone knows the weight of what he possesses. It's like a Mexican standoff, with the truth as the ultimate weapon. Now that Katt's credibility is clear, let's look at what his 30-year investigation uncovered, and it's far worse than you could imagine. This isn't just about individual corruption. It's an entire economic system built on human degradation.
Recognize if you keep calling people a conspiracy theorist and you keep saying it's a conspiracy, that people may shy away from the topic. I don't suffer from that. I want to know what's going on, as should every single person in this country, because there should be no individual in the entire world that can beat a woman on camera and not face any charges. That is just an utter insanity. It begs the question as to what is actually going on in Hollywood. And I think the answer is that Hollywood has been being run by a gang with a very long arm, an arm that reaches all the way into the government for a very long time.
Candace Owens cuts through every illusion with surgical precision. Hollywood runs like a gang, with Diddy as the kingpin, using favors as bargaining chips. This single revelation shatters the whole mythology of the entertainment industry. What we call networking is actually systematic exploitation. What we call mentorship is really coercion for career advancement. And the psychological damage goes far deeper than these transactions. It's about the complete destruction of identity.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Terrence Howard exposes the darkest part of it all. Men don't just take part in these encounters. They lose their manhood forever. They give up their identity, their dignity, their very sense of self. Once that line is crossed, you're no longer a person with agency. You become property with compromising evidence attached. The system doesn't just corrupt individuals. It turns them into machines of corruption. Consider this. A 5 feet 4 inches comedian from Philadelphia suddenly becomes one of Hollywood's highest paid entertainers almost overnight. No legendary clubs, no viral moments, no organic support. Just sudden, inexplicable success. Sounds suspicious. Should. Kevin Hart's meteoric rise breaks every rule of the entertainment industry. Unless you understand that some careers aren't built on talent, they're built on dark, twisted transactions that leave permanent stains on the soul.
Who don't think they got something to say? The fact of the matter is, what makes a great comedy special is if 100 people talk at the same time that you talking, are you saying something different than them people are saying?
No.
Because if you are, then you deserve a special. And if you don't, you're going to find out you're not special. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to let you do your special, Gerard Carmichael, but nobody's going to watch it. They're going to let you be a star, Lil Rel, but you ugly. And white people don't believe in ugly stars. They think you have to be somebody that women want to sleep with and men want to be. But because we black, they say, oh, you don't even deserve that. So you get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, all in a row, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman would talk to in Lenox Mall, let alone you making them movie stars. Why? Because you know ain't nobody gonna sleep with him. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody. And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball?
right?
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe. I'm the introduction to Tiffany Haddish in the movie School Dance. The clip for School Dance has been seen more times than the movie has. That's just a fact.
Katt Williams delivers the harshest assessment of Kevin Hart's career. Kevin and Tiffany Hart aren't successful because of talent. They're successful because they made deals with Diddy. The claim is direct and shocking. They allegedly slept with him for opportunities, and according to Katt, it's still happening. But it gets even more sinister. When Diddy was freshly arrested, Kevin Hart moved quickly to protect his benefactor's image, showing just how deep these ties run.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen,
we having a good time, yo. Your usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Hollywood's darkest secrets are no longer whispers. They're coming to light. Careers built on deals, deception, and corruption are finally being exposed. What you've just heard scratches the surface of a system designed to control and destroy. Don't just watch. Share this truth and stay alert because the real story is far from over.